The Sega Master System was a wonderful machine. It was my first ever console, so it really defined what video games mean to me. I had some excellent games for it, I really did, and I wish I had kept some of them and I hadn't traded them in because they're worth a fortune now. My name is Adam, and these are the most valuable and rare games on the Sega Master System. Let's get stuck in. If you're looking for a blast from the past that's more blast and less past, then Assault City on the Sega Master System is your go-to game. It's the kind of game that makes you wonder if the developers just threw darts at a board of 80s action movie cliches. The plot? Robots have taken over, and it's up to Joe, the toughest lad with the most generic name, to save the day. But here's the kicker. There are two versions of this game, one where you can use the light gun and another where you aim with a controller, which is like trying to thread a needle while riding a roller coaster. The game starts with a practice stage where you shoot tiles that flip between human and robot. It's like a dystopian version of Guess Who. Do well here and the game's difficulty adjusts, because who doesn't love being punished for being good at something? Assault City is the perfect game for those who love a challenge and have a soft spot for 8-bit nostalgia. It's a reminder of simpler times when all you needed to save the world was a light gun and a whole lot of patience. The light gun version of this game will set you back $35 for the cartridge only, or a whopping $350 for complete in box. Golden Axe Warrior. A game that's as much about swinging your sword as it is about scratching your head. In this epic quest you play a nameless hero who's probably named something like Bob or Steve, because who needs a fancy name when you've got a golden axe? Your mission? To find 9 crystals, defeat Darth Adder and probably save some kingdom. It's the classic fantasy checklist, complete with a map that's less here be dragons and more here be confusion. But fear not, for Golden Axe Warrior doesn't leave you entirely in the dark. It strikes a balance between giving you a gentle nudge in the right direction and letting you discover the joys of aimless wandering. You'll obtain items that let you overcome obstacles, like a pair of scissors to cut through red tape, or a magical flute that does something. The graphics are a charming throwback, like a medieval tapestry woven by an 8-bit loom. And the music? It's the kind of tunes that would make a minstrel dance if minstrels were into chiptunes. Golden Axe Warrior will set you back around about $200 for cartridge only, wow, and $363 for complete in box. Outrun is a game that's like a vacation on wheels. If your idea of a vacation includes pixelated palm trees and a soundtrack that's catchier than a cold in winter, Outrun is the kind of game that makes you feel like you've stepped into a time machine and landed in an era where the cars were blocky, the roads were endless and the crashes were spectacular. You're not just playing a game, you're going on a road trip through the digital countryside, complete with a Ferrari that handles like a shopping cart with a wonky wheel. The game offers a scenic tour of the world, from beaches to mountains, all rendered in glorious 8-bit graphics that make you squint and say, is that a tree or a green skyscraper? And let's talk about the music. Tunes so iconic they'll be stuck in your head long after you've turned off the console. It's the kind of music that makes you want to roll down the windows of your car or your living room and let the chip tunes fly. But it's not all smooth driving. Outrun is as challenging as trying to eat soup with a fork. The frame rate is as choppy as the sea during a storm, and the rolling hills are so overused you feel like you're on a roller coaster rather than a road. And watch out for those stage transitions. They're smoother than a politician at a fundraiser, seamlessly merging one scenic challenge into the next. The cartridge only will set you back around about $113. Complete in box will cost you a cool $250. Strap on your red sneakers and get ready to go fast. Well, as fast as 8-bit allows, because we're diving into Sonic the Hedgehog. This is the game that introduced us to the blue blur before he became a pop culture icon and started hanging out with Olympic athletes. In this version, Sonic is less about breaking the sound barrier and more about a leisurely jog through loopless landscapes. It's like Sonic decided to take a break from his high-speed hijinks to enjoy the scenery, which, let's be honest, is still pretty impressive for the Master System. The game is a masterclass in simplicity. You've got your basic run, jump and collect rings. No need for fancy homing attacks or friends with attitude here. It's just you, a few badniks and the open road. And by open road, I mean a series of platforms that require the precision of a Swiss watchmaker to navigate. A loose cartridge here will only cost you $25, but a complete in box, a supersonic $574.
Hey Scotty, what level are you at with these Sega games?
If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. If you've enjoyed it and this is your kind of thing, please don't forget to like and subscribe. But don't go anywhere just yet, I've got one more game for you.
Hang on.
Yeah. So, what level can you get to?
Look for Sega's Ghostbusters Great Volleyball and Shooting Gallery.
Ladies and gentlemen, step into the pixelated ring of James Buster Douglas knockout boxing, where the punches are blocky and the knockouts are as dramatic as a soap opera cliffhanger. This game is like a time capsule from 1990, when the world was simpler and boxing games didn't need fancy graphics or realistic physics to be fun. You play as the titular James Buster Douglas, and your goal is simple. Punch your way to victory against a lineup of fighters who look like they've had one too many pixelated protein shakes. The controls are as straightforward as a jab to the face. There's no need for complicated combos or footwork, just mash those buttons like you're trying to set a world record in button mashing. It's the kind of game that makes you feel like you're really in the ring, especially if you play while wearing boxing gloves for that extra layer of challenge. The graphics are a charming reminder of the 8-bit era, with boxers that are more colourful than a bag of Skittles. And the sound, let's just say it's the kind of music that would make a MIDI keyboard proud. It's the perfect accompaniment to the sweet science of pixel pugilism. A loose cart will set you back a whopping $436, but a complete in-box would cost you an absolute knockout $1,213.